Broadcasting from the Cannon Motor Studio on Central Avenue in downtown Laurel, Mississippi. This is Good Morning Pine Belt with host Ben Winpigler on SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.
All right, here we go. Foo Fighters is bringing us into the opening segment here of Good Morning Pine Belt. We are live here from the Cannon Motor Studio on this beautiful Wednesday morning in historic downtown Laurel, Mississippi. Got a great show lined up for you today. But before I bring in our first guest, I do want to mention that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by Magnolia State Bank. Don't forget that soon they will be Bank First. They are currently they are merged. They're working on the name merger and getting all that changed. But don't worry, if you're a Magnolia State Bank member or thinking about joining with them, even when they merge with Bank First, it will still be all the hometown service that you know and trust. You'll still be able to call the people over at the bank. You're not going to call somewhere in India. You're still going to get the same people, the same great service, but just a new name. That's all it is. So go check them out today. I'm sure we will talk with Heather here in just a couple of weeks about what is happening there with the merger at Magnolia State Bank. All right, our first guest of the day is probably one of my favorite, definitely my daughter's favorite place in all of Laurel. Definitely the longest commute as far as guest goes, the long, I don't know, maybe 100-yard walk from the library over here. Joining us now from the Laurel-Jones County Library, as they do every week because there's so much going on, is Miss Katie and Susan from over there. And ladies, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we will jump right in. As I said, this is one of the best places in all of Laurel, and there's so many things going on at the library all the time that we have to have you on every week this summer because there's just too much going on to cover it all in a month. All right, so let's start with what is going on today right at the end of the show. So I think, Katie, you said you're helping out with that a lot. So what's going on today?
We're going to have a robotics demo. It will be upstairs, and it's for all ages, really.
Okay, so what is I know that robotics has become a big thing in the area. We've had some people on talking about robotics at the Magnolia Center and all that stuff. What is today going to look like? Yeah, either one.
Okay, today we have a local club that's going to be there showing off their robotics, and it's almost like the fighting robotics, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So they're going to have like a, what was that show? There was a show where they used to fight robots. You know what I'm talking about. So it's going to be like that. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I might have to come
on over. They're going to show off what they do over there.
So that's
going to be upstairs, so be sure you go upstairs.
Upstairs, and that's today at the Laurel
at
Library
10 o'clock.
From 10 to 2. 10 to
11.
10 to 11, you can go watch. It's right before lunch. What a great pre-lunch thing to go watch the robots fight. Mm-hmm. That's so cool. So if you've got a son who hasn't quite started school yet, who likes to watch robots fight, hey, you got about an hour to make it over there. Go check them out. That's going to be really cool. But that is not all that's happening. So what else is going on? I know that we've got some story time, some different things, and so from what y'all said, tomorrow's story time is supposed to be really special.
Yes, that's right. Tomorrow we're going to have story time at our Ellisville location. We're going to have special guests, the Laurel Ballet Academy. They'll read a story, the story of the Nutcracker, and we'll do crafts during the time. They'll perform different dances. We'll meet Clara. We'll meet the Sugar Plum Fairy. We'll even meet the Nutcracker. We'll listen to music from Tchaikovsky. I had to practice.
Yeah. Well, you did
that
better.
One.
You did better than I did.
The Nutcracker's a story that reminds us that the magic is all around us in the music, in the stories, and in movement. And after their performance, or the performance from my ballerinas, we'll have crafts, arts and crafts.
That's really cool. I know that they did a performance of the Nutcracker in the mall. I think it was right around Christmas time, and I took my daughter, who just loves anything ballerina, and she wanted to stay all day. And the whole ride home, hey, can we go back to the ballerina? So that's really cool. And y'all did one yesterday here, right?
That's right. We did one yesterday in Laurel, and it was so fun. It was a great event.
Yeah.
Hannah from the Laurel Ballet Academy read the story, and during the story she would stop and play the music.
Oh, fun.
And we would have, at first we'd have Clara come out.
Yeah.
And then the Sugar Plum Fairy, and then the Nutcracker.
That's
and
awesome.
the kids loved it.
Oh,
Their little faces just glowed. They were listening and watching, because they're dressed in their beautiful tutu and their everything. It's like from a storybook.
Yeah.
So it comes to life.
Yeah, that's really cool. I know that, like I said, my daughter loved it, and the Nutcracker is one of her favorite stories. We have to watch it all the time during Christmas time and every other time. But that is certainly not the only thing going on this week. Miss Susan, I know there's some things going on Friday and even Saturday as well.
Yes, on Friday we're having our bingo at the library.
Bingo's back.
Bingo from 6 to 8. The Friends of the Laurel-Jones County Library put that on. Library cards are free. There is a concession that you buy your concessions there. The prizes are just fun. So if you've not joined us for bingo, please come on out and join us.
Yeah, I know bingo's fun, and I'm glad that it's free for any little tattletales out there that are listening.
It's free.
It's free. Nobody's paying for it, so don't try to shut them down again.
No, please. It is free.
And it's a fun event. I mean, it's not like you're going over to the bingo hall over here by Rose's where you're going to get jumped if you say bingo too loud.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun, and it's for people who maybe have never played bingo even. Yeah,
it is so much fun. Also tomorrow, our Lottie the Trolley will be at Sandersville from 9 to 12.
Yeah.
If you've not visited Lottie, I urge you to go. Lottie is beautiful.
She is. Y'all have really done a good job. And it really is just like you're bringing the library to wherever you are. I mean, y'all have done a really good job with Lottie. I know that when y'all did the Touch a Truck, we got to go around in there and check it out. It's really cool the way y'all do that. And then Saturday, it looks like y'all have some things even going on Saturday.
We have a genealogy meeting. Our local genealogy group, the Jones County Genealogical and Historical Organization, will be meeting at the library at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Meetings are open to the public. Anyone who wants to come is welcome to attend. And if you need help with your genealogy research, that's what we do.
See, that's really cool. I think that's one of those resources that a lot of people forget that we have at the library. Because, people hear stories about possibly what happened in their family in the past and everything. Mm-hmm. Well, here's a chance where you can go confirm it, and figure it out. And from what I understand, the lady who kind of runs that is on top of it. Oh, you, Miss Susan, you're the one who runs it. All right, so tell us how you go about finding these things.
You start with yourself. Okay. Write down everything you know about yourself and work your way backwards through your family. Don't go up 4 generations back and think you can do that. You can't. You have to start with yourself and then work your way backwards.
And how far back do y'all's records go?
We go back to the beginning of Jones County.
Oh, wow.
I actually have on microfilm and access to the newspapers from Jones County from the late 1800s.
That's incredible.
And if you want to read some phenomenal newspaper articles, you read those articles because it's totally different than what a paper is today.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an actual paper. It wasn't a hit piece.
Yeah. You'll find articles in of so-and-so came to visit today.
Yeah.
And so-and-so was in town today.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for your family, that's going to give you a pinpoint of where they were at that certain time frame.
That's incredible. So I'm guessing you'll be heading that up on Saturday.
I'm doing that.
That's awesome. But that resource is always available there.
Always.
When the library's open, you're there.
Well, genealogy is only open in part-time hours.
Okay.
We're open Wednesday afternoons from 1 to 4:30.
Okay.
Wesley's up there with anybody that needs to be there. Then Thursdays and Fridays, I'm there.
Okay.
From 9 to 4:45.
All right. Now, I do always like to, with the last couple seconds that we have here, Katie, I'm going to ask you, you've been working at the library for a little while now. What's your favorite part of working at the library?
Oh, it's hard to choose. I am so thankful to wake up and look forward to going to work.
Yeah.
I love what I do.
Yeah.
It is a privilege to meet people and share materials and build connections and relationships and be here for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Miss Susan, what about you?
I've been there 24 and a half years.
Wow.
I can't pick just one thing, but
Yeah.
if I had to, it would be my genealogy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my passion.
It really, I feel like bringing people back to what they had no idea
Yeah.
happened. That I bet that's a really cool moment
It
when you
is.
see that.
It is.
I can imagine. So, well, ladies, we have ran out of time. I told you it would go quick. Thank y'all so much for joining us. And look, I'll tell you, I say it every time. Y'all do such a fantastic job over there. I know Miss Katie here. Every time we go to the library, my daughter asks, "Where's Miss Katie?" So y'all are doing it right. Y'all are doing a good job. So thank y'all so much for what y'all do, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, when we come back, we are going to be talking with Dr. B.R. Jones from the Jones County School District, so stick around. Good Morning Pine Belt. We'll be right back from the Cannon Motor Studio.
We're back to Good Morning Pine Belt. SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.
All right, we are back. Thank you for tuning in this morning to Good Morning Pine Belt. We're live here from the Cannon Motors Studio right here in beautiful, historic downtown Laurel, Mississippi. Our thanks to Miss Katie and Susan over there from the Laurel-Jones County Library. I'm telling you right now, I say it every week when we talk to them. If you haven't checked out the library, it's not just a great place for your kids. I'm telling you, they've got resources that you wouldn't believe, like the genealogy thing, for instance. So go check them out today. Before I bring in Dr. Jones, I do want to mention that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by McLaurin Carpets and So from carpet to custom tile showers. Every type of flooring in between, McLaurin Carpets has you covered for quality that will long be remembered after pricing gets forgotten. Go check out McLaurin Carpets today, because don't forget, just because somebody tells you they have the lowest price doesn't always mean they actually have the lowest price. Go check out McLaurin Carpets, and they'll show you why the lowest price is always the best price, and why. But don't forget, do not turn off of Highway 2084 on the 28, because you will regret it. Dr. Jones is shaking his head. He knows it's terrible. Come from Highway 29 and come back through So. All right, our next guest, as we get into the start of school, loving talking to teachers, superintendents, coaches, and the whole 9 yards. We have Dr. B.R. Jones from the Jones County School District. Dr. Jones, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's great to be here.
Yes, sir. All right, well, we will jump right in. I know this time of year is extremely busy for any schools. I know that we were talking off air. Teachers are getting back in slowly into their classrooms already, getting doors decorated, classrooms decorated, and y'all are really getting ready, and y'all will start up next week.
We sure do. It's here, and it's exciting. We've got amazing things happening in the Jones County School District. Our schools are the best they've ever been, and they're getting better every day. With our graduation rate now over 92%. The last 2 years we've been an A school district. We've done a lot of improvements facilities-wise. All of our elementary school buses will be air-conditioned this year.
There you go.
That was a huge undertaking, and we appreciate our board for having the vision to help us do that. We've increased the instructional budgets out at the schools to make sure that our teachers and our students have the things that they need. We're spending more money on our kids than we ever have to try to support those things you mentioned with teachers having the things that they need with curriculum and other things to help teach our kids. And it's very timely. I came in after the library segment there, because we really have a focus on reading, writing, doing arithmetic across all content areas and all classes. And so we really feel like, especially we've doubled down in those early grades, making sure that students develop those reading skills and writing skills and things like that. And so, we can't wait to get started.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk a little bit, because you mentioned that y'all have been in a school district the last couple of years. What does that mean? I think people see A school, B, whatever the case may be. What does that mean?
Well, that's based on a lot of things. It's primarily based on achievement.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on students being proficient and above in English language arts and mathematics and science. Recently, U.S. history, but now that assessment will be going away, and so those points will be directed in other areas. But it puts us on par with the Petals and the Ocean Springs and the Madison counties and things like that. And our teachers and students work so hard to get there, and so we're so excited. It's first time ever the last 2 years we've been rated an A school district, and so I give all the credit in the world to our students and our teachers and the folks out there in the schools, and that's why we try to support them any way that we can. Absolutely,
and I know, like you said, a lot of it does depend on test scores and this and that, but from what I understand, that obviously test scores is a lot of times how you get your federal money and things of that nature and funding and all that jazz. But I know that's not y'all's only focus, because a lot of people are like, oh, they're only there for testing. That's all they care about. But that's not true.
It's not. It's about preparing students for life. We want to be excellent in academics. Certainly, that's our vision statement. That's the first part of it. But we also want to be excellent in the arts.
Yep.
We have some amazing arts programs across our district, state championship bands and dance teams and show choirs and things like that, and also athletics is important. That's a critical rallying point for our communities across our county, and so we're making significant investments there as well. But the bottom line is we want to provide a well-rounded education for students, depending on, regardless of what they choose to do. If they want to go directly into a job or career right out of high school, we want to provide them the knowledge, skills, and attitudes they need to do that. If they want to go to a technical training program, we have some that go to the Diesel College and different places to gain a skill. If they want to go to a college or university to further their learning, or the military. We send a lot of our students, they have amazing careers in the military, and so we work very hard to provide them the options. We want our students to have options. That's what it's about. And so we don't try to pigeonhole kids into one way or the other. If they want to be a welder, or if they want to be a doctor, or if they want to be a teacher, or whatever the case might be, or if they want to join the military, we want to try to provide them the skills and knowledge they need to be successful in that.
Absolutely, and I think y'all are doing that and doing a great job at it, because I think it just shows, because we have, again, having so many people in my family in education, especially in Jones County, you see people moving to Jones County specifically for the education.
It's about economic development, and that's lost sight sometimes, but maybe not so much in Jones County, because we have amazing support for our Jones County schools and our public schools, and our communities take great pride in their schools, and our parents show up. When we have events, they show up for open house. They show up for those things to show support for their kids. And I'm telling you, we are very fortunate, and I'm blessed every day to come to work, and I know it because I've been in other districts and I've been in other parts of the country even working with schools, and I know that we have something very, very special here in Jones County, and I'm blessed and grateful every morning to be a part of it.
Absolutely. I think we have some of the best schools in not only the state but in the country. A biased opinion, obviously. But you mentioned athletics. Obviously, y'all have several different things starting. Football's big. That'll be starting soon, but volleyball, soccer, the whole nine will be starting soon. What are teams practicing yet?
They have. Some of those teams will start practicing before school starts. Volleyball, of course, their season starts.
Yeah, and y'all have a new volleyball center.
We have some great spaces that we've been able to create at our schools. Our high schools were built in 1965.
Yep.
And so we have so many more activities now, especially for the girls, to be involved in than what we had when those schools were first built. So being able to add a multi-purpose facility was incredibly important, and we were able to utilize federal funding to do that. So it didn't cost the local taxpayers as far as the local contribution. We were able to utilize some of the other funding that we had available to us at the time to be able to build those structures, and they are used. Our bands, band is year round now.
Yeah.
They have the color guard and everything else that goes on in the fall and the spring.
Yep.
Now, again, our cheer programs. We've got some amazing cheer programs. I know our boys' athletics get some press sometimes, but we've got some amazing girl athletes in our schools.
Yeah.
And so our girls' programs with soccer and everything else have been amazing over the years, and they continue to do that, and we're looking forward to great things this year.
Absolutely. We'll be talking with Coach Ernst next from Laurel High School, and football season coming up and all that jazz. But I do want to, as we're getting close here to the end, I want to make sure that we get in. Obviously, right now is time where, teachers will start back next week, but y'all are really getting into registration right now.
We do. We've had in-person registration going on at most of our schools the last 3 days. It'll continue through tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. Now, South Jones High School actually piloted 100% online registration this year.
Okay.
And we got a lot of positive feedback about that. Parents are able to complete all of the information online. They're able to submit their proofs of residency online.
Yeah.
And lots of positive feedback about that, not having to stand in lines and things like that.
Yep.
And but, there's still that traditional opportunity if folks need access to a computer or something like that. Even at South Jones High School, they can go there during normal business hours from 8 to 3, and they'll help you with that.
Okay.
But then at the other elementary schools and the other high schools at West and Northeast, they are continuing in-person registration, and that just makes everything run much smoother on the first day.
Yeah.
Students are able to go ahead and their schedules are given to them then, so they kind of know where to go. And then, of course, we've got open house coming up on Thursday evening on July the 31st, so that parents can go and walk around with their kids and to see, where their classrooms are going to be and that type of thing. And also, I hope they check out a lot of the facility upgrades we've done. We've done a lot of painting over the summer, especially our middle schools and things like that, and just done everything that we could do to make our facilities clean and nice and aesthetically pleasing and inviting, and create a great learning environment.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Jones, we're out of time here, but is there anything else that, any parents or students that may be listening that you want to tell them as we start the school year? Right.
We can't wait to welcome you all back. Again, we're here to serve you, and there's no better place than the Jones County Schools, and we thank every one of you.
That's right. Well, here's Dr. B.R. Jones, Superintendent of the Jones County School District. Dr. Jones, thank you so much for taking time. I know you got a busy time right now, but thank you for coming on.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you.
Absolutely. All right. When we come back, as I mentioned, we will be talking with Coach Ryan Earnest from the Laurel High School Golden Tornadoes, talking about football season starting up. So stick around. Good morning, Pine Belt. We'll be right back from the Cannon Motor Studio. All right, here we go. We are back. Thanks for tuning in this morning to Good Morning Pine Belt. We're live here from the Cannon Motor Studio. Our thanks to Dr. B.R. Jones from the Jones County School District, getting ready for the upcoming school year to start just next week. I know a few of them have already started. Before I bring in our next guest, I do want to mention that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by Community Bank. Local bankers, local decisions, and plenty of convenient locations. Go check out Community Bank today. All right, with the start of school becomes one of America's favorite times of the year, football season. We're working to get all of the football coaches across the county and the Pine Belt in the next few weeks. But our first one to join us is Coach Ryan Earnest. He's the head coach at Laurel High School. And, Coach, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. All right, well, Coach, we will jump right in. I know that the Laurel School District has started back, I believe, with this week or last week.
Yes, Monday.
Monday
was our first.
Monday was y'all's first day back. I know you got the kids on campus, but we were talking off air, and y'all haven't quite started practice yet, but you said that's a good thing.
Hey, I think it's a good thing because we're still in our summer routine, but we do have all of our kids on campus. And so I think that's really, really beneficial. Now that the buses are running, we don't have to worry about going and picking up kids, and summer vacations and things like that are over. And so it kind of gives us, with us starting school a couple of weeks earlier than everyone else, it kind of allows us to get our kids in that school routine. Yeah. And so once practice starts officially, they're already in that routine. In years past, before we went to this extended school year of sorts, the start of school year was kind of in conjunction with the start of the official days of football practice. And, sometimes that can be problematic. Kids are still getting registered, right, doing school shopping, things like that. But now that we're starting a couple of weeks earlier, we kind of get all that out of the way and get in their routine. And so when the first official day starts, it's kind of the norm for us already.
Absolutely. And that kind of, before we get into football, that leads to a point. They are students first.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I know a lot of coaches are hyper focused in on football, but I know over there y'all are, hey, you're going to get your schoolwork done first before you can consider playing, right?
Absolutely. And so again, it just allows us to get them, acclimated to their academic routine, and then we just kind of combine that with the expectations we have for them athletically, and it's been a really good blend for us. This is our third year to do this. Yeah. And, I wouldn't have it any other way. I really enjoy this new format.
There you go. All right, Coach, we'll dive into football. Obviously, for people who are keep up with high school football, we cover, obviously, the Jones County Game of the Week and cover Laurel a few times throughout the year. And man, I don't know what it was, because it seemed like every game almost y'all were there for a little bit, and then it just kind of fell off. A disappointing year last year. So talk a little bit about last year.
Yeah, it's a game of inches.
It is.
And, a lot of close ball games, a lot of close defeats, had a lot of injuries, but that's part of the game.
It is.
And so not the year that we wanted, did not meet the expectations, the high expectations that we set for ourselves. But this is a new year. We've kind of put that behind us. Yeah. Have been really, really pleased with our kids' approach. Understanding that we didn't meet the expectations last year, and just knowing that there's more work to be done if we're going to meet those lofty expectations that people have for us every year.
And there really are. I mean, Laurel High School, I think people forget sometimes, y'all. I mean, there's a storied history of success at the high school in football.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the most storied traditional programs in the entire state, and so with that comes high expectations. But I would much rather work and coach at a place that has really high expectations than to work and coach at a place where, mediocrity is the status quo. Yeah. And so, when you're the head football coach at Laurel, the expectation is to be playing in the last game. Yeah. And that's something that we work toward. It's not our primary focus. Our primary focus is to go out and get better every day.
Right.
Try not to be destination mindset, but that's the expectation. And it feels really good when you're able to do that. And so that's something that we set out to do every year, and that's a goal of ours again this year.
All right, so let's jump into this year. Obviously, I'm telling you, y'all have a tough slate to start off the first of the year. I mean, West Jones, Hattiesburg, Gulfport, West Harrison, Oak Grove, Brookhaven. Y'all aren't taking the easy road, are you?
No, I just really believe, and I've always been a firm believer, and that kind of comes from the people that I worked under as an assistant, that you've got to play those tough games early, because that's when you find out about yourself. Yeah. The goal is not to go undefeated. The goal is to play the maximum number of games and win the last one.
Yeah, that's it.
I will always reference our 2023 season when we started 1-5, and nobody really gave us a chance. Everybody wrote us off, but we knew what we had, because we knew we had been in some really, really close battles with some quality football teams. Yeah. You go back to that 2023 season, and we ended up, I think, losing to 4 state champions that year.
Wow.
And so I think if you want to be playing in late November and December, you got to play those tough games in August and September. I just think it makes you better. Are you going to win them all? Maybe, maybe not. But I think it gives you a great idea about what you have, not only from an athletic standpoint, but from a character standpoint. How do they respond when the ball doesn't bounce your way? I think that the teams that we're playing, because of the amount of talent and athleticism they have the ability to create adversity.
Right.
And I think in adversity is when you really find out what you have and what you are as a person. And so that's what those first 5 games are designed to do.
Absolutely. And that's really what sports are all about, especially team sports, is becoming someone, learning to work with the team. Life doesn't always go your way. Sports certainly don't always go your way. And you got to learn to deal with it. And like you said, doing that at the beginning of the year is much better. Getting that, I would say, getting it over with losses, because you may come up and win some. You never know. But that's why you play the game, because at the end of the year, like you said, you know where you're at. All right, let's talk about some things that you're looking forward to on the football team. I know from what I remember last year, you had a fairly young team. So y'all got some good quality guys coming back.
Absolutely. I'm really excited about this senior class, not just from an athletic standpoint. They're just a group of quality kids.
Yeah.
I call them a lot of times they're my fire group, because they were freshmen the year that the field house burned.
Oh yeah.
And so year that we were kind of displaced, that was their freshman year, and so they've seen a lot of change in our program. They've seen us go from being displaced to moving into a brand new renovated facility, and now they're seniors and they're all doing well. Several of them are being recruited and have committed to schools, and several of them at the top of their class academically. And so just we're led by a great group of kids, not just from an athletic standpoint, but just from a character standpoint. Yeah. And really excited about this team. This will not be probably the most impressive looking football team that we've had from a size standpoint. We've had some really big teams the last couple of years. This team is going to be a little bit different, but this is probably going to be the fastest team that I've had in the 6 years that I've been here. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that's kind of what we've been known for. Having a lot of undersized kids that play with great speed and great effort. And so this year will be no different. And so excited about that. Really.
Yeah. Well, and I know that y'all obviously do have a lot of speed all the time, but one thing that I think Laurel has become known for over the last few years is giant O linemen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know y'all have had a history of that over the last few years. Who can we look at this year who's going to be that next? Hey, he's going to be in the draft kind of guy.
I think the next kid, in line, we're not going to be as big up front as we've been in the last couple of years, but I do think we've got some kids there that have been in our program that understand what it is, understand the expectation that comes with playing that position. And so I'm really excited about that young group. Gerard Barnes is a kid that I would say he's probably would be the next really good offensive lineman to come out. He's a kid that as an 8th grader did not play football.
Okay.
Found him in the hallway first day of his freshman year.
Yeah.
And just kind of stood out because obviously of his physical attributes. And I said, are you playing football? And no, sir. I said, would you like to? And he said, I'll try it. And, honestly, I didn't know if he would stick. And I don't think he's missed a day since he's been there. Just really athletic kid, comes from a good family, has worked really hard. He's moving to that tackle position that's been really, really good to us over the years. And I think that he's going to play really well for us this year.
There you go. All right, anybody on the other side of the ball defensively? I know in the past y'all have had some really good from Akeem Davis and a few others in that defensive back position. And that just the defensive side of the ball, who can we look forward to maybe on that side?
I would say 3 guys. First, Tamaj Harris. He's a kid that will be a 4-year starter for us. He's kind of the glue that kind of holds us together, not just from an athletic standpoint, but just from a leadership standpoint.
Yeah, you really need that.
Yeah, missed a bunch of games last year, broke his arm the first series of the West-Jones game, so he missed 8 games, and we really missed him.
Yeah.
But excited to have him back and his leadership. Jordan Burgess is another kid who's another 4-year starter for us in the secondary. Another kid that missed a significant amount of time, broke his ankle, I think, week 3, and missed the rest of the year. And so excited to have him back and healthy and playing well. And then Jamel Abney is another kid who I'm really excited about. He's about 5'10", about 175 pounds.
Okay.
But he really, really throws his weight around. He's a kid that plays the game very physically.
Yeah.
He's got great ball skills, very, very good athlete. So defensively, those are the 3 guys I think that we'll lean on the most in terms of getting stops and getting people off the field.
All right, coaches, we finish out the segment here. I know every single coach, one game at a time mentality. West Jones, your old buddy Coach Reynolds. Are y'all in so this time?
It's at West Jones.
At West Jones this time. That's a big game to start off the year. What are you telling your guys as you come into practice, into the locker room, that very first game of the year?
There's nothing that has to be said. I don't have to get them up for West Jones.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a long time rivalry.
Yeah, they understand the importance of that game, and even though it doesn't have the implications that it used to have when we were in the same classification, in the same region, you don't have to get them up for West Jones.
No.
That's going to be a game that both teams are going to be up to play. It's going to be a great crowd, a great atmosphere, and it's going to come down to the team that makes the fewest mistakes.
That's really it.
At the end of the day, the team that turns it over the fewest times, and who in a lot of cases, who has the ball last.
Yeah.
I know last year was a little bit different, but generally it comes down to a one score, one drive game, and so Coach Reynolds and his staff do a phenomenal job. And it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great atmosphere. And, we've kind of made a pact, he and I, that as long as we're both there, that'll always be, how we open up our season.
Well,
I think it's a great way to open up your season.
It really is. Well, Coach, I know we're excited for it. That's going to be our first Jones County game of the week is Laurel and West Jones, because that's a hard one to beat. But, Coach, thank you for joining us. I know we're excited for another great season. We're looking for big things from y'all, so good luck this year.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, when we come back to close out the show, we're going to be talking about an event that's coming up this weekend, so stick around. We'll talk to you soon.
Good morning, Pine Belt. SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.
All right, here we go. We are back. Final segment here of Good Morning Pine Belt Live from the Cannon Motor Studio. Our thanks to Coach Ryan Ernst there from Laurel High School, getting ready for an exciting football season, and we sure are ready over here at Super Talk, and we'll talk more about that as we get here in the next few weeks. But before I bring in our final guest, I do want to mention that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by Dixie Electric Power Association, a member-owned electric co-op that offers broadband internet. I promise you want to check out DE Fastlink today if you have the opportunity to do so. All right, joining us next in our final segment is Mr. Cross Carmichael. He is the owner of the not new location and not new laundromat, but newly named Laurel Laundry Company, just right there in North Laurel, Shady Grove type area. And Crossford, thanks for joining us this morning, man.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll jump right in. Y'all, I came across this event just I guess a few weeks ago, whenever y'all kind of put out the info and everything. Y'all are having an exciting community event this weekend. So let's jump right in and tell people what y'all are doing.
Yeah, so this Saturday, 8 to 3, we're doing a free laundry day. Like you said, we posted it on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and the outreach from several of the businesses, churches, banks, everybody in Laurel's kind of jumped in to help us out with that, and we're super grateful for that.
Absolutely. So this obviously there's going to be free laundry. Now, I know we were talking off air a little bit. How did y'all come about this? Because obviously when people open businesses, their main goal is to make a profit and do things
Right.
where you want it to be profitable. But so how did y'all come about this free laundry day?
Yeah, so when we first opened, we wanted to do it, and to be honest with you, we were embarrassed to do it. The laundromat didn't look the best, half the machines didn't work, and in the past few months, we finally got it to where we wanted it to be, and then with all the events that were happening in Laurel, all the tragedies, we decided that if there was a perfect time to do something, it was now.
Yeah. Well, I think that, that's really what being a small family-owned business is about in a community like this, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's our goal is to serve, and I was talking to Miss Michelle earlier about the finances of everything, and money is just a fuel to the fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So for somebody listening who, they're like, oh, well, we have a washer and dryer home, and maybe my washer and dryer is broke, but you said off air that the laundromat y'all have, people think laundromat, and sometimes there's a negative stigma to it a little bit, like, hey, they're going there because they can't afford a washer and dryer. But you said off air, man, you get people from all walks of life.
Oh, it's everybody. washing machines breaking does not discriminate
No.
based on how much money you have in the bank.
Yeah.
And so it's every day. You see all walks of life in there.
All right, so this free laundry day, if somebody wants to come in or they know somebody needs to come in, what's it going to look like? Because obviously you have to have some kind of order to it. You can't just let people pour in and do it. What's it going to look like when people show up?
We're going to have a table set up, and you'll come and you'll write your name down, number, and we're going to start off. This is a learning experience for us. We're going to start off with one washer per adult.
Okay.
And if you have more clothes than that, you're more than welcome to get back in line and keep going. Or after 3 o'clock, we'll just open the doors as normal business.
Okay. So wash, dry. Is it y'all going to have the fold, or they're going to fold themselves?
They'll be responsible for folding their own. We'll wash, dry. Highland Church here in Laurel has provided a generous amount of detergent. So if you don't have detergent, fabric softener, stuff like that, they'll have that available for you.
All right. Now, I know, too, that obviously y'all are partnering with a lot of people in the community. When people come up, obviously you're going to have the free laundry going on, but is there going to be other things that are happening around that day?
Yeah. Chug's Cookie and Candy Bar, they'll be there. They'll have some sweet treats. Insight Therapy is going to be there for stuff to do with the kids.
Yeah.
Ricky Page with Premier Sports Bar, Premier on Wheels will be there serving food.
Oh, nice.
First State Bank has stepped up. They're going to provide breakfast.
Okay.
Be Clean with porta potties. There's a lot of people involved. I feel like I'm missing a few of them. But
that's awesome, man. When you have community support, and like you said, unsolicited. So it sounds like you can come in, drop your laundry off while it's being washed and dried. You can get you some breakfast or get you some lunch, or the kids can play for a little bit for the hour or two that it takes and kind of hang out right there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
All right. So for people who are listening who don't know where you're located, because like you said, the laundromat's been there a long time. It's just under a new name, but it's in an old location.
Right. Yeah, we're located at 1325 Bush Dairy Road. We're right behind Clark's, across from the old Pizza Hut where Last Dragon is. Okay.
So, yeah, if you're going down Highway 15, like you're going to Shady Grove, you got the old, like you said, old Pizza Hut, Last Dragon. There's a Clark's right there. Right behind that is where they're located. What was the name before North Laurel?
It used to be called Laurel Homestyle Laundry.
Laurel Homestyle Laundry. So if you're familiar with where that was, it's not same thing, just Laurel Laundry. Well, Cross, man, I think that's an awesome thing that y'all are doing for the community. We hope that this helps bring a few people out, or even if a business is listening and they want to jump involved, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can just reach out to us on Facebook or send us an email at laurel.laundryco@gmail.com.
There you go. All right. Well, Cross, thanks for joining us this morning, man. And best of luck this Saturday. I know it'll be a great thing for the community.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, that does it for Good Morning Pine Belt. We will talk to you next week, but thanks for tuning in. It's 10 o'clock, so you know what that means. Go see Rocky over at K-Rocks and get you some good food. Hey, Middays with Gerard is up next, so keep that dial on SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.